To our technician Matt, and he'll just kind of go through the DVR and some of the settings and what you can do and what you can't do.
Alright, so this is the live view screen. This is where you can view everything that's happening right now. Who wants to take control of the remote?
I will. Because it'll probably be me that does most of it anyways.
So if you hit the live button, it will give you different options for display. So if you keep on hitting it.
So that's the interphone.
That's the interphone.
So it will change the way you can view it on there.
So you can
Okay.
I've seen this before.
Okay.
Okay. So usually I guess you just be leaving it on that one.
Yep.
You can actually, to get into, to actually search for video, you hit the search button. You usually want to just go to quick search, so
Okay.
this is your enter button.
Enter button in the center.
You can actually scroll to the date, and if you hit next, it'll bring you back into time. Previous will be bringing you to the future.
So, is there a way to enter a specific date?
Yeah. Or search between, you mean?
Yeah.
So you can
okay.
do event search.
And you
can
Put
put
time to time.
Great.
Set it to just motion.
Yeah.
When you hit the dot, it's just taking it out. So you just leave it on motion. You can select which channels you want. You got 1 to 5, right?
Yeah.
So if you don't want it, you make it blue.
Okay. So it automatically
So if I did
selects them all.
that, then I would go to OK, and it would just say 4 to 8 or whatever. And then you just hit search, and it would come up with just a bunch of recordings.
Okay.
So, for example, I'm just going to hit.
So it's got 8, but we only
It'll
have
come
5.
up with motion events, right?
Okay.
Do we just
Some
click
will
one and have a
be
look?
people walking, but it could
Just
be
click on it.
environment.
Yeah, click on one just so it looks like.
Okay.
So if you notice the times,
So there you go.
Oh, it shows you them all simultaneously.
Yeah.
Nice.
And if you want to see a bigger view, you hit the actual number.
so at
That's the end of the
Yeah.
clip.
so at that specific moment in time, there was movement on certain cameras, and those are the cameras that light up.
Mm-hmm.
If there's no movement on those cameras, they don't light up.
So, and if
okay.
you wanted to
See
go
what I'm
back to
saying?
the screen, you just hit the, like I can
At
hit
that
3,
particular
bring it
moment in
big.
time, yeah.
If I hit 3 again, it'll bring me back to everything. I can pause.
Because we're looking at 3.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, we're looking
Yeah.
at, I selected
Yeah.
a range of cameras, right?
Okay.
But if I hit rewind, it will rewind everything.
Okay.
You can make
So
it
it's
go
nice, so
faster.
when you're going back through history, you only see events. You don't see a lot of nothingness.
Yeah, okay.
You just see events.
And how long does it capture it for?
This would probably record for 3 weeks.
And then they just drop off the end.
And then drop
Yeah.
off.
And then drops off.
Sorry?
Well,
It just
no,
loops in the-
it starts
They fall off.
recording each other, yeah.
Yeah, so it
Recording
records
the last
over.
event.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to find out what happened a month ago, it's too late. It's too late.
Well, not necessarily. It depends on how we set up certain settings. The frames per second. Real time is 30 frames per second. We don't recommend you go at 30 frames per second. Maybe 15 or 10 is sufficient. If you go down that far, of course, your storage increases.
Well, we'll
Certain
usually know an
settings like
incident within a couple days, actually.
Does it affect,
Yeah, exactly,
does it affect
right.
clarity of image?
No.
When you go down to 15 frames as
No,
compared to 30?
you're just gonna get, instead of seeing the person do this, you're gonna
It'll
see
be-
the person
It'll be a
go.
little choppier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the actual images will
Like
be the same.
what we were watching
Yeah.
and the recorded was actually, hold on a second, 4 frames per second.
Okay.
And it looked fine, right?
Yeah.
I have the resolution set to max so that it could be blown up at a later date easier. And you can
And that's
see
my question. Like, if we do have a picture of somebody, what's it? I want the image quality to be good enough where
Exactly.
we can actually see who it
it's
is.
set to the highest. So.
It's up to the highest.
After motion happens, it records for 10 seconds afterwards and then cuts off. But if motion is continually in the picture, it will keep on recording.
And it doesn't start right when the motion starts? Is there a time ahead of the motion?
Correct.
Okay.
It's pre-recording.
Yeah.
It's actually smart enough to start the recording 10 seconds before you walk into the room.
Well,
Okay.
that's-
Can we look at the angle of the camera for the rec center entrance? Just make it a little bigger.
Which is the rec center?
That would be the one where it looks like a hallway. Yeah, that one. So I guess that's the one.
That's
That's
pretty
the one
good.
you could either move over, but
You
you'd
could
lose
move
the
it a
door.
little bit.
That's why.
Yeah. I'm
Kept
just
it.
wondering, so if someone's standing and walks through that door, will they just be whited out with the backlight?
Depends on
Or
the lighting.
shadowing?
To a certain, but yes, they will obviously get into the optimum viewing focal
Will be
distance.
basically just past that light.
In the daytime.
In the daytime, like it's all changes, lighting conditions change, right?
So I
Well,
mean,
can
I'm
we
just
go
thinking,
back
I don't
and
know if we're
see
better
us
to go
from,
look
like,
down the hall or
5
if we're
minutes
better
ago?
to look at the door.
Why don't you get another camera that looks,
Down
it almost
that hall.
seems like that's,
Well, yeah, it's,
but you're, like you said, you're.
I don't know. I think it's great. We're seeing people. Hey Ben, we're seeing people that go coming out and going in.
Yeah.
Can you rewind it to where we were there?
Yeah, probably.
I was wondering if you pulled it over a wee bit more, and let's say the right-hand side, rather than get the door there.
Yeah,
I'm just debating whether the right-hand side would be better to have it starting here.
yeah, that's.
Because you're getting, this is your optimal view here anyways, right?
But then you could get
And then you
people
would get more
walking
down
into
the
that
hall,
door.
wouldn't
Yep,
If you did
if you
that.
turned it, you would, yeah.
Yeah, you would.
Because I think
Yeah,
all we're
from
gonna do is
here to
like all we're gonna get here is a silhouette anyway. So I'm thinking that we should almost take it from the corner.
During daytime,
During
but it's
daytime.
nighttime is when we really are looking at issues.
Where that glare won't be there.
Yeah.
and then
If there's somebody hanging out
actually
outside
see
that door,
something.
I mean, people may want to actually look down and watch for a friend to see. Okay, Mildred's coming at 8 o'clock to the rec center. I can see Mildred standing in the door.
Well, and that's the point, excuse me, Matt.
Yep.
Like, we can actually take the camera and wind it in, so that's basically, that's all you're gonna see is the door. Like, you can just turn and
Zero in.
zoom it in, and you just get the door. So it's basically backed off as far as it can be,
I see.
you know. So it does have those, what's called varifocal lenses on them.
Do you want security down the hall, is that what you're thinking?
Not security so much, but there's gonna be a lot of activity up and down the hall.
Yeah, that's what I'm
right?
thinking. I think it wouldn't be a bad idea to have another camera, eh?
That's us going into the, just
It's
5
pretty
minutes
clear.
ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Good
it's
face
it's,
image.
it's blown up, so the resolution's even better.
And this is recording at 4
Big
frames per
screen
second.
makes it even look worse, right?
So it's a little choppy, but of course your retention
So we're
time is
mostly
gonna
just
be.
looking for a face image,
Exactly.
probably, right?
Yeah.
Hey, those Apple Valley shirts look good.
Hey, look at Lisa's hair too. It's nice.
See, you
Look at Michael's hair.
Mike's hair, yeah, come on.
know, looking a little angelic there now. But even there, I mean, that's not bad.
Still
Yeah,
see
there's
the
Yeah,
a
like
light,
once
you
you
can
get
see
to
where Bob's
Guy
head is.
and
Yeah,
Megan
there's
there,
that.
you
Yeah.
can really see quite well.
But that's a
It's
pretty
during
good.
the day.
Yeah. And to be and what on this monitor, it's a medium quality monitor. If you take that image on a disc or on the key and bring it to the RCMP, they can even enhance it even more. Yeah, these are.
So that would be,
line we're carrying.
see, that's quite visible, the Interphone one.
Yeah, that's the idea, is making sure that they get an idea who it is before they let that person in. So
Yeah.
you're talking to the person, you're seeing the person, do I hit that 9 button to let the person in? That's the idea.
Yeah.
What we have seen, so though sometimes is they will hit the 301 and then sometimes just kind of slide out of the camera view, kind of heading towards the door type thing. There's not really much you can do about that.
Well, but if you talking on the phone, say back up and look at the phone.
Yeah.
Is there anything that they need to do in here on this computer, in this system, really on a regular basis, like maintenance?
No.
Not really, other than your search and your backup.
If power
Which I'll be
goes
showing
down,
you
is
now.
there a reset or anything that we have to do, or does it just come back on its
It's
own?
got a UPS.
It's running on UPS. It's probably not gonna run for a very, very long time.
Yeah, it'll run for a bit.
But yeah, if you
I
shut
think
this
so,
thing
something
down,
like that, or less.
if it shuts down
20 minutes, half an hour.
all of a sudden without being properly shut down, there can be hard drive damage.
Can that thing be put on edge?
It's a computer.
Yeah, but where UPS runs out
It's
of
gonna be stood up on its side.
If
no,
we're here,
there's
we would shut it
ventilation
down
zones.
once
Yeah,
it wears off.
Matt,
Yeah.
the UPS, when it jumps onto UPS and it starts to, won't it kind of go into the DVR knowing that the power is diminishing? Maybe no, it just cuts
So
off.
should we
doesn't it?
shut it off if we lose our power?
You
Like
probably
once-
should shut it down properly
If we
if
could.
you lose your power for a while.
Yeah. So how do you
So
shut
what's
it
the
down
proper
properly?
process?
So to do that, okay, from this screen, you want to hit your, you want to do that?
Sure.
Hit setup. There you go. You want to scroll all the way down to shutdown. Hit
Okay.
enter. You want to scroll up to shutdown because you can restart it or shut down.
Okay.
Shutdown. Hit OK. And now it's doing its thing and shutting down properly.
Is it like a computer that you should really restart once a month?
No.
No?
No.
This is made for long
These things
periods
are
of
made for
recording.
recording.
Okay, just making sure.
One of the issues that I have with,
Where's
Now
power?
it says turn off power. The actual switch is on the back. There's a toggle switch.
okay,
Once that comes off, it's down.
So to turn it back
Okay?
on?
And if you were to turn it back on, you do it from here. Just put the toggle switch back on. Let it do its initialization.
Just to do its own reboot and take
Yeah,
it in?
it does its own reboot, and you'll see it'll say DDR initialization.
It's a computer.
It'll come back on.
It's the same.
And continue recording the windows.
an issue that I have with other units that we have is you get a problem with the time synchronization on it, where real time is different than what the video time ends up showing up if you don't actually physically go in there and resync it.
Oh, I
Is that
see.
an issue with these guys at all?
Well, with my experience with the OpenEye is that time has never been off by itself.
Okay, because I've had it off if I haven't checked for a while, and that,
If
it can
someone
actually be a couple
if
hours.
someone changes the settings for daylight savings or just, changes something in there, because
Yeah.
there is a setting for time and
Okay.
date, that's the only way.
That's the only way you can do that.
change.
Perfect.
And we'll see soon. We'll see right now if the time gets kept on shutdown or if you have to reset it.
Is that a memory stick type of thing?
That's our flash drive. I'm going to show you guys how to copy it on copy footage.
So how long can it stay on if the power goes off?
About a half an hour, they said, maybe?
Yeah, so it
It's
catches
it's just
time.
the UPS backup that's down there,
And it's
so it'll
yeah,
run a little bit.
a little bit.
But you can buy those yourself, right? To add on, like battery packs that
If
you
you
could
guys
plug it
wanted to get
into?
like a monster one, that
Yeah.
lasts forever, you can.
Yeah, there's big ones that you can get if that is a
Is there
concern.
a gen set here? There's no emergency backup power like generator at the building? Okay, because sometimes they've been able to hook that up.
Okay.
So it goes on the
Yeah,
gen
no,
set.
we just have, our battery backup for our alarm systems.
Yeah.
and
Squirrel in a
things like that.
cage.
Now, if you were
This DVR can be put onto the internet.
Yes.
it's not. now.
Okay, it's not right now. Yeah, we've got that where I've got remote access to other things.
Then you can see it
but-
off-site.
But we'd have to get a separate modem for that, or,
It just basically needs a port on a router.
And
So if you have a port on a
forwarding
router,
has to be set up. There's a bunch
port
of
forwarding.
settings.
and then we'd have to purchase the software for that, or does it come with the,
Yeah, there's a software disk
Or you can use the web browser.
or just a web browser.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Comes with a free DDNS, so for life.
So you don't need a static IP
Yeah,
address.
exactly.
It's just an internet out.
Yeah, it's not a big deal for us here, because we're here anyways,
Yeah.
but
So you can manage it off-site if you want.
no hobby, and I can sit at home and watch
But
what's
just
happening at work.
on that system, you can't set it upright because it would block those ventilation holes.
Yeah, what if we were
Because
to,
what if I was to put some standoffs and lift that thing up an inch?
Yeah.
Could I
It's
tilt it
supposed to have
sideways?
6 inches of clearance.
6
on
inches?
each side.
That's what I need to know. Because
It
it's
would even be
just
better if
taking
it
up
was
so much
something
space.
Built here.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out how to house this thing.
a wire shelf?
Yeah.
And,
Bit of a
but can
challenge.
it can stand on its side with the hard drive, there's no problem with it standing on its side?
I said if there's a 6-inch.
Yeah, 6-inch
Ventilation?
air
Okay.
ventilation. Okay,
Sorry.
Okay.
I was texting.
we'll figure it out. Thank you.
Yeah, because originally I sort of thought that was gonna go in the closet. But
That's
guess
what I
that-
was thinking
Because
too.
we have a closet right for equipment.
But Luke, you can't do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we knew the camera went right with it.
Well, we want the screen here so that people, when they walk in the office, know they're on a candid camera, right?
That's why this full-body camera was spec'd.
Yeah.
So it's
Yes, exactly. I know that.
there's a big camera. kind of thing.
Be nice.
Yeah, the actual unit had to be here. There's no remote
Okay.
IR.
All right.
Thanks.
But this, just to follow up with that too, this can be put on the network. So from desktops, you can log into this.
Yeah, I was just thinking more because it just cuts into her workspace and stuff. Was really.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
security
for the. But actually, yeah, you could,
We'll
if you
figure
could
it out.
shelf and extend it, you could push it back.
Yeah,
a
if
bit
you got a
more.
wire shelf.
Because you pull the desk
Wire
out,
shelf system.
you
I'll
pull
put
the
a
desk
wire
out
shelf.
8 inches, I wonder if we should just put a extended